G'day fellas. Welcome to the immigration card tier list for the United States. If you haven't already, I encourage you to go and watch the United States Civilization overview video before you watch this video, as it introduces a lot of the mechanics I'm going to be referring to. Now, let's get to it. You might be wondering what immigration cards are, so let me explain. The United States decks don't have access to traditional settler cards like the British or the Spanish, but instead have immigration cards. These cards allow you to shape your strategy by borrowing an extra feature from another civilization. When it comes to methodology of placing an immigration card in a tier list, which is what we're going to be doing today, I base it upon the viability of that card in any given circumstance. So as an example, a card that you can use in 99% of your games is going to be placed a lot higher than a card that could be used in only 1% of your games. So to start, I'm going to go through each individual immigration card and read what they do. If you'd like to get straight into the tier list, I'm going to leave a link in the description for where that begins. Now let's get to it. So we're going to start by looking at the immigrant cards in alphabetical order. So the first card is the British. So this card cannot be sent until age 4, and immigration from the British Isles enables settlers to slowly be trained from houses. Chinese immigrants. Chinese immigration delivers one trading post rickshaw and enables the levy ability to be used at trading posts to recruit more trading post rickshaws for free. Trading post hit points is increased. This card may be sent one time. It delivers one trading post rickshaw, a trading post hit point increase of 40%, and allows you to levy trading post rickshaws. Dutch immigrants. Venture capitalists from the Netherlands enable you to establish a bank. Mines last longer and can be gathered slightly faster. It costs 350 coin, it can only be sent once, and it delivers a bank wagon. The villager gather yield also increases by 10%, the villager work rate increases for 5%, and the bank wagon can now be reacquired from the state capital again. The state capital we haven't looked at yet in the series, but we'll be getting into that in a later video. French immigrants. French immigration improves your settlers in combat and delivers a number of powerful coureurs de bois. It costs 200 wood and delivers 3 coureurs de bois, sets the armor type to ranged, hit points an additional 35%, increases the range damage by 100%, and adds an extra 0.5 speed. German immigrants. German immigrants settle down in Germantown, causing each existing and newly constructed mill to spawn one settler wagon. In the industrial age, you can recruit settler wagons from mills as well. Settler wagon sets the build limit to 5 and enables them to be spawned from the mill. It also enables the settler wagon. Irish immigrants. Irish immigration delivers 2 settlers and 2 additional settlers for every 5 minutes of the game time passed, up to a maximum of 30 minutes. So it delivers 2 settlers at a base, and then every 5 minutes that subsequently passes, if that shipment arrives, you will gain another 2 settlers. So technically, yes, if you have somehow spent 30 minutes in the first age, this is a 14 villager card in age 1. Russian American Company. This card cannot be sent until age 3. The Russian American Company supplies 2 blockhouse wagons and enables your villagers to gather food from huntable animals faster. The card can only be sent once, and sets the build limit of blockhouses to 2. It delivers 2 blockhouse wagons and increases the gather work rate for hunted animals by 30%. Spanish immigrants. It ships 1 outpost. Spanish immigration boosts XP income, allowing you to earn shipments considerably faster. Upon reaching the commerce age, the levy ability can also be used to call groups of powerful pikemen. It costs 300 food to send, can only be sent once. The pikemen do not lose hit points, delivers 1 outpost wagon, and gives the player an XP trickle of 1.7. Immigration cards are designed to be a stepping stone between age 1 and age 2 cards. As the United States gets quick early game shipments, typically you will end up sending at least 1 immigrant card while researching your commerce age federal state. But this isn't always the case. When it comes to opening cards, the United States have a number of options, but the staple of their early game at this point is capitalism, which provides a trickle of 1.5 coin per second. So I'm going to start at the top of the list and then I'm going to work my way down. The first immigrants to be placed in the S tier are the Dutch immigrants. Dutch immigrants can be sent at any time in the game and cost a steep 350 coin to send. However, they provide a bank wagon. Dutch immigrants also provide a minor, no pun intended, boost to coin mine gather rates and coin mine yields. The bank provides a trickle of 2.75 coin per second, which is equivalent to just shy of 4.5 unupgraded settlers on a coin mine. The bank wagon also provides a large amount of experience on completion and enables a United States player to leapfrog to their next shipment. The card has particular synergy with the standard age 1 card sent when playing the United States, which is called capitalism. The card provides a trickle of 1.5 coin per second, which is equivalent to 2.5 unupgraded settlers on coin. For those familiar with the card, yes, it has been buffed from 1.25 coin per second. As the United States start with a collection of books, which is a resource crate worth 100 experience, they receive their first shipment the fastest of any civilization in the game, even faster than Spain. By taking capitalism, players ensure they begin gathering that important 350 coin as quickly as possible, so that when their second shipment does arrive, they can quickly have their Dutch immigrants arrive, plant down that bank, and then use that experience that generates to send their third shipment. Not to mention, combining Dutch immigrants and capitalism together gives the United States a trickle equivalent to almost 7 coin miners that are completely unrateable. As a result of its overall synergy with capitalism, the experience provided from the bank, and the speed at which the Dutch immigrants can be obtained, despite the cost, they warrant placement in the S tier, as I believe they're going to be used in a large amount of games. The next immigrants to be placed in the S tier are the Irish immigrants. Irish immigrants can be sent at any time in the game, but be warned, there's an opportunity cost associated with this card. Upon first reading, you might think that after sending this card, you'll receive 2 settlers, and then every 5 minutes after, you will receive a further 2 settlers until 30 minutes is reached. However, this card can be sent once, and at the time that it's sent, the settlers are delivered. If the card is sent within the first 4 minutes and 59 seconds, only 2 settlers are delivered. Between 5 minutes and 9 minutes and 59 seconds, 4 settlers, and so on and so forth. The most optimal timing for this card, in my opinion, is at 15 minutes on the dot, as you receive 8 settlers. A maximum of 14 settlers can be received with this card. So if you happen to spend 30 minutes in the second age fighting it out, you can get a 14 settler shipment in age 2. This is a flexible card, and I suspect it's going to be included in a lot of decks, simply because if you don't send it early, then you're just going to get increased value from it and you can send it late. Think of those games that you're playing against British where they're massing up units and you're both stuck in the second age for 20-25 minutes. You could have a 10 or a 12 settler shipment without even leaving the second age. The scaling nature of this card means that this card is going to be an inclusion on all strategies you play, and as a result, it warrants placement in the S tier. The next card that I'm going to be placing is the Chinese immigrants. Chinese immigrants can be sent at any time in the game and provide a trading post rickshaw along with increasing the hit points of trading posts by 40%. It should be noted that it doesn't provide trading posts with an attack to defend themselves, but it does provide them with the levy ability, which can be used once every 160 seconds. The ability will train another trading post rickshaw in 5 seconds, and it will spawn at the trading post. However, it will also put your Minutemen on cooldown for 160 seconds. This ability can be used quickly to gain control of the trading line, with Chinese immigrants having great synergy with the State Rhode Island, which unlocks access to the Corliss steam engine and enables you to upgrade the trade route to Iron Horse for free in any age. Chinese immigrants provide a great opening on maps with trading lines, especially ones where you're going to be contesting the trading line like Central Plains or New England. Due to the prevalence of trading posts in the competitive map pool, they warrant placement in the A tier. French immigrants are the next card that we'll be talking about. French immigrants can be sent at any time in the game and provide a significant boost to the offensive and defensive abilities of your settlers. It also provides 3 coureurs de bois, but comes at a cost of 200 wood. The 3 coureurs de bois by themselves are a significant boost to your early game economy, but are significantly offset by the 200 wood it costs to send the card in the first place, and means that players will have a difficult time justifying their cost without a particular threat. If a player wants to maximize their economic potential, the Dutch immigrants would be the most sensible option. But if a player is unsure about the potential threat the opponent poses in the early game, or is confident that their opponent does indeed pose a large early game threat, such as a threat like one of the native civs, then French immigrants are an affordable option to allow you early flexibility in both defending aggression and at the same time growing your economy. As a result, they warrant placement in the A tier. German immigrants are the next card we'll be talking about. German immigrants can be sent at any time in the game and causes each existing and newly constructed mill to spawn 1 settler wagon. Typically, players should avoid constructing mills until they exhaust all reasonable herds of animals in their part of the map, and this usually occurs between 15 and 20 minutes for most civilizations. This card has particular synergy with the state Delaware, which is a state that you can use to go from age 1 up to age 2. The Delaware state unlocks access to a card called Fertile Lowlands, which provides 6 semi-fattened cows and 2 homestead wagons, which can be used to construct 2 mills. You then gain 2 settler wagons from those 2 mills, and then on top of that, you can then send the card Advanced Homesteading, which enables a further 2 settler wagons and provides quite a significant upgrade to your mills, allowing them to support 10 population. German immigrants are easily able to achieve the equivalent of 8 settlers in the early game at the cost of 2 shipments, but it does come at the cost of taking Delaware, and therefore it limits the viability of this card and subsequently warrants placement in the B tier for the German immigrants. The next card is the Spanish Immigrants. Spanish Immigrants can be sent at any time in the game and provide the United States an outpost wagon and a trickle of 1.7 XP per second at the cost of 300 food. But before you get too excited about their bonuses and the potential synergy it has with the newly added experience crates called a collection of books, a number of things needs to be noted about the mechanics of experience generation. Spain gets faster shipments and not higher experience generation, which means that their baseline is a lot lower to receive shipments than other civilizations. As an example, their first shipment comes in after 219 experience compared to 300 of a normal civilization, except for the Germans. This means that experience from all sources, such as training units or destroying buildings or defeating treasure guardians, is more valuable to the Spanish player, and their bonus is therefore a scaling bonus. The 1.7 experience that's provided in this shipment is a linear bonus, equivalent to slightly more than an unupgraded trading post on experience, and for a civilization that already has additional mechanics to increase the experience generation through experience crates, there are mitigating returns with the Spanish Immigrants, and as a result, there's limited uses for them. They do also have the ability to call pikemen, but unfortunately, it doesn't warrant enough of a bonus to bring them out of the C tier. The next card we'll be talking about are the Russian American Company. The Russian American Company is an immigrant card available in the Third Age and delivers 2 blockhouse wagons worth 500 wood, as well as increasing the gathering rate for hunted animals by 30%. This card has great synergy in its bonuses, in that the blockhouses are going to be able to secure map control for hunts, and the increased gather rate will enable you to take full advantage of having that additional map control. While the meta is young for the United States, my suspicion is that without settler cards, the United States is typically going to be a slower civilization, and this card may not really synergize with the tempo of the civilization. I'm confident that this card will have entire build orders dedicated to using it and utilizing it. It's a card that's limited in its circumstances that it can be used effectively though, and as a result, it warrants placement in the C tier. The last card that we're going to be talking about are the British Immigrants. British Immigrants work the exact same way as the Age 4 British card Estates works, which enables your houses to train settlers, but also increases the time it takes for settlers to train. Due to this card becoming available in Age 4, it comes at a time when most players will already have very close to the settler limit, and as a result, it's not viable in almost any circumstance, and is limited to very specific strategies that may use the card as a central building block. But my fear is these strategies are going to be very weak. As a result, it warrants placement in D tier. I hope this gives you a clear picture on the immigration cards unique to the United States. The next video I encourage you to watch is on the Commerce Age federal states. Ideally, it's important you have an understanding of how the immigration cards interact with the federal states before diving into more advanced videos like the build order guides. I've uploaded 4 videos on the federal states, one for each the Commerce, Fortress, Industrial, and Imperial Age. Ideally, just watching the first one for the Commerce Age is going to be enough for you to wrap your head around the mechanics and then dive into the build order guide videos. So if you're interested in watching that video, you can click the link here. Once again, a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. I've recently updated Patreon with a whole bunch of new things, so if you'd like to take a look at that as well, I'll leave a link down in the description. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.